My name is River, and over the past few years, I've been feeling a deep, primal beckoning into a slower life, rooted in a desire to live more harmoniously with nature's rhythms. I invite you to join me as I expand my curiosity and embark on adventures to commune with beautiful planet Earth, partaking in all of her mystery and abundance. Well, hi everybody. I'm in my apartment today. Today is day 2 of my sustainability experiment. Yesterday was day 1, February 1st, and it was quite a full day. My partner and I started the day by going to our favorite local coffee shop, and I didn't have a reusable glass cup or, vessel for a cold drink, so I ended up just bringing a mason jar, and that worked out perfectly. And then we brought the cats to this nature preserve spot that we like to go to, and we walked them around the nature preserve, which is a very slow and tedious endeavor, but you really get to stop and look at things and just go at a slower pace. And then we stopped at Winco to get some bulk items because we're trying to figure out how we're going to eat and live without accumulating a lot of garbage. I told him that he didn't have to do this experiment with me, and to a certain extent he's not, but he wants to really help out with not producing a lot of garbage because he doesn't want me to be overwhelmed with us having 2 separate trash systems. So we went to Winco and got some bulk items, and I was actually really encouraged to see that they now have compostable bags for their bulk section. And when we got home, we just transferred everything into mason jars. So that was a very productive morning/afternoon. And then in the evening, I did another herb walk with Lanny Kaufer, and it was a full moon herb walk, and it was so beautiful and magical. And I ended up meeting a few lovely women, and we swapped some information because we are all very interested in herbs and foraging, and we're all very spiritual. So I'm excited to see where those connections go. And today I have quite a few things that I need to do. I am trying not to get overwhelmed with all of this. I want to just move slowly and enjoy the process. But things are starting to stack up in a way where it's like, oh, did I bite off more than I can chew? And perhaps I did, but I am going to try to chew it to the best of my ability. So today I need to repair some garments because I'm working on only wearing natural fibers for this month, and I'm limiting my wardrobe to just a few items in order to simplify my laundry washing process because I'm only washing my clothes in natural bodies of water, and you can see in my previous video how I go about that. But also, some of my favorite clothing items have holes in them because I wear them a lot. So today I'm going to work on doing some repairs on some of those clothing items. And the repairs probably won't be very pretty, but my clothes will be wearable and they won't have holes anymore. So I'm going to bring you along for that. And I'm also going to sew up my couch because there's a hole in my couch that keeps ripping open. And I love this couch, so I don't want to get rid of it. That would be incredibly wasteful for just a little hole. And I also have some kitchen things that I might not be able to get to until tomorrow because I work today, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. And if I don't get to it today, I have tomorrow or the next day or the day after. So far, things are going decently well. I've run into a couple of hiccups and I've had to make some modifications. I'm using chamois cloths to wipe down counters and do all the cleaning and all of that. But when it comes to the cats sometimes have little cat messes that are incredibly gross, and best way that I have found to clean up those messes are with paper towels. And until I have a better solution that is clean and hygienic, I will continue to use paper towels. So that is going to be one caveat. The other exception is I did tell my partner that if I end up reeking and I'm very stinky, that he has veto power and I will take a shower if he tells me that I am too stinky. So he has to live close to me and deal with me. But I'm thinking that probably won't be a problem because in between bathing in natural bodies of water, I am doing little sponge baths with just a rag and some water in the bathroom, and that seems to be sufficient. One of the other caveats is there are certain types of trash I can't store inside because it will get gross, and I can't compost. So I will be putting that kind of trash in a Trader Joe's bag and disposing of it just in the regular dumpster. And that kind of trash is like non-compostable food waste, which there's not a lot of it, but we just had some bread go bad and I don't think I can compost that. I'll look into it, but there's, little things like that, or when the cats don't eat the rest of their food. I'm just putting that in like a little Trader Joe's bag and throwing it away. But all of my veggie produce, food scraps, that's all going into compost. And I am reusing a lot of like paper bags and whatever I can to put in the compost as like the brown stuff. So yeah, there are a couple caveats. Oh, also when I vacuum the house, I have to I have a little vacuum, so I have to empty out all of that like dust and hair. That's gonna go into a Trader Joe's bag and into the dumpster. So those are a couple of the caveats, and I've already mentioned this isn't going to be a perfect experiment, but I'm working really hard to develop new rhythms. And as I cultivate those new rhythms and new habits, then I can maybe take things a step further and troubleshoot a little bit more. I am in the middle of transitioning from being completely immersed in capitalism and consumerism to trying to become as sustainable as possible within my means and my ability. So this is an enormous shift for me. So before I get into fixing my garments and sewing the couch, I wanted to share that one of my major inspirations for this experiment is Robin Greenfield. When I was in Kofa camping with my mom and her friends, I met her friend Mindy, who is Divine Mojo on YouTube. And Mindy is the one who introduced me to Robin Greenfield. And I just recommend that everyone follow him on YouTube. Everyone visit his website, which I will link down below. He so perfectly embodies everything that I have always wanted to be, everything that I have always known to be true. And he communicates in a way that is truthful, but free of shame and free of fear. And his demeanor and his teaching style is so joyful. And I love how he lives out his philosophies and his beliefs in a very public and experimental manner so that people can see it, because people don't learn from being preached at. People learn from being shown. People learn by seeing what is possible. So that's the entire heart and spirit behind what I'm doing. I'm living this in front of people in a way that shows people what is possible, not to tell you what you have to do or what I think is right, but just to show people what can be possible when you're open to new things and when you're open to change, because change is one of the only constant things that we can count on in our life. Like that's not a philosophy. That's just the nature of existence and nature. That is the nature of atoms and molecules and all of the substances that make up life as we know it. I might as well embrace change and flow with change and constantly be joyful and open in the face of new things. That is curiosity, and that is humility, and that is a very loving and empathetic way to go about life. And those are all things that are very important to me. I'm not perfect at any of those things, but they are important to me, and they are where I place my aim. So I'll leave it at that, and I'm going to get into some of the things that are on my to-do list today. And you are welcome to come along and join me. So here is that tear in my couch that I'm about to sew up. I've had to sew this up before. I don't know how the tear happened. Probably the kitties, but here we go to fix it again. Big green eyes, short red hair, coy standing over there. Don't know what's come over me, but I think my heart just skipped a beat. Long black boots, cigarette, like a dangling from your neck. It's certainly not the prettiest, but at least there's no stuffing popping out of the seams anymore. What is this palpitation? I've got some kind of strange fixation. Am I falling? Heaven knows. The room is spinning and now we're on the floor. My head, good God, your lips are cherry red. Now that I know your kiss, I cannot go back to his. Baby, give me your sweet lovin'. Man, he's never gonna. Alright, I have to get ready for work now. I know all of that probably seemed like it went by really fast because I have it at like 3,000 times speed, but actually a few hours went by. I will be linking Lanny Kaufer's information below, as well as Robin Greenfield and Divine Mojo, who is Mindy, who introduced me to Robin Greenfields. And I'm also going to be adding a bonus video of an interview I was listening to while I was sewing. And it is part of the reason why I am doing a sustainability challenge, why I am focused on learning how to forage and grow my own food. It's all about food sovereignty. And I'll leave it at that. I hope that all of you are having a lovely day. And if you're not, I'm sending you love. And yeah, until next time, friends, I pray you stay well. Okay, bye. My head and say you won't know joy until your man is dead.